The advancements in AI started when the coronavirus pandemic arrived, and that was a situation that detonated everything that we have seen up to date. When we talk about AI, well, most of its development came from 2020. In the end, we have to adapt with tools, with objects, and that's my first selection of topic will be education. Education has been very important for AI. As AI for education, it has had its issues between each other, but in the end, AI experienced firsthand how it can really become a tool to help us improve. And that detonation in 2020 started by making companies be interested in AI. That moment was something that set others into the business. There were already some existing companies for AI, but it drew attention to the big companies of the market, such as Microsoft or some China companies. That's the topic we're going to talk about in current impact in the three elements. A moment I can say I did use AI was for programming. I study civil engineering, but we have also some subjects that require programming. I don't consider myself an expert on it. I do learn from it and from my classes, but it stays difficult to me. And AI is like black box AI, which is purely for programming on RStudio, on MATLAB, etc., have really impact in what I can develop even without having all the necessary abilities. That also has an impact in today for me, and that has really made some things easier for me to understand. Obviously, it doesn't make the work entirely for you, because if you don't understand what you have or what you have made with a question or something you asked, then you are not really learning. That's the problem with these responsive AIs like ChatGPT and the new ones that are going out. It's that they should be set to be a tool for learning. They should be taught at schools and how to be used correctly, rather than just answer sheets you can get out anytime. And that's like the third point I want to take. The future of AI in education should be its adaptation and regulation to all university schools. It really should be something we use. It's a shame that we have an advancement in technology, and then just by some misuses we really get neglected from it. On the contrary, I believe it will be something with a huge potential that if used correctly, can not only make it easier for everyone to access new knowledge and new ways of developing new activities, faster ways even, but something that should really enhance our lives for better. My second element will be economy. As I mentioned before, many companies got interested in AI from the 2020 onwards, and they have started developing the development of new tools, new engines that many times are open to public. Sadly, sometimes free, sometimes not, and that's also a topic we will get to later. But it has really changed how the market works, because most of the companies that have the highest market value, at least for example in Wall Street, are companies that have development on AI. Let's say Nvidia, Microsoft, for to say some examples. And I believe that it will also define many jobs. In the end, AI, rather than just being investment in new ideas, it has also been centered on tools that we can use to make things easier or to help us. And I believe that as of now, from 2020, it really has been integrated in our life. And the aspect of our life that has it more is our jobs. Even me, as a civil engineer student, I understand that either in my practice or when I really graduate and have a job, AI should be part of it, because when everyone is making advancements and using them, they really are many steps overdue. There is so much, the experience you could get by only working, it's really far from what you can achieve with the use of AI. Obviously, being used correctly. So that's one thing. In the current impact in economy, I think that this is both for present and future. We just saw yesterday what happened. AI has now become the new going to space race, in which each time there is a new development, there is a new AI, there is a new idea, governments and companies will fight over like the rights to be the first to do it or to be the first to make something better. As we just saw yesterday, I have the info with the release of some new open source AIs from China, from a company named DeepSeek, something that will be something normal considering the market that it's really centered on these tools. Just by winning in efficiency, not even in the differences that those engines have, because they do practically the same. With just efficiency, they made a big company as Nvidia lose almost 20% of their market share. And I believe this, what happened yesterday, won't be the end of it. And I would like it not to be a race just between China and USA, as we have always seen, or even Russia. But it really shows that the AI market is not just an investment in investigation, but it is really a competitive market that will really change the tides of how companies work and their share in the market. And this will only get bigger. There will be new companies that will try to test themselves against the big ones. And with this call of attention that DeepSeek made, it's only a matter of time to have a response back from all the other companies that are based in USA that will do everything and invest everything to be better than each other. In the end, we are benefited by it, because with this open source AI's DeepSeek releases, well, it will make the other AIs such as Gemini, such as ChatGPT, and etc. There's an infinite number of ones to be more affected to public, and being free will make them be competitive to what China has done today. Last but not least will be science and medicine. That will be my third element. I have to say that before, in terms of past, I haven't heard anything of any advancement on these two areas made with AI, I only think that I believe I have listened to it in terms of prediction programs, like when we talk about meteorological prediction programs. But it's really impactful what AI can really help with, even though I have, for example, I didn't see it before. As of present, from what I read from the AI Index report, we have such things as advanced brain scans. We have even classification of AI mutations, that it really can learn about us in a genetic level and even start to predict things we didn't know before, either about ourselves or even get into the part of birth and babies and how we can ensure a life full of health. Another advancement that really amazed me was also the part of the human genome. It started in the thousands and 2000s, and it ended recently in 2022. And AI was used to help like completely map the human genome. I believe persons by itself, like humans by itself, could have decoded completely, but as I have mentioned before and before and before, AI is a tool, and that tool is meant to be faster and to make things easier. So AI really helped in this investigation. It helped into being faster than it would have been without AI. The the limits it could have are, for me, boundless when we talk about science and medicine. In the part of medicine, my most obvious choice will be the part of surgeries and procedures that are made in medicine that could be precise and being programmed into machines that will be able to do that. I don't say we are going to replace the doctors that do this, because the problem that people have is that they think it will replace us as it being another machine or another common machine that has had the case. But AI is rather something that it's here to help if we let it do it. So even for a machine of that type to exist, it still needs a doctor, because without the doctor, without the knowledge of a human, it can never learn to do those things. And finally, in the part of science and advancement for the future, I believe it's also something really open-minded. I believe that only what we think is the limit. But something really important that could make a change, it's in the part of the of is in the meteorological part. With such changes we are experiencing with climate change and global warming, being able to predict them with AI on a more precise way will really help, not only to save lives but to ensure our security. Because an example will be the frequency of hurricanes has evolved from past years. We can see almost 4 to 5 hurricanes in a season, in which it was only common to have, in the worst case scenario, 2. And that has really affected zones just like Cancun, because from the part of civil engineering, it really damages the buildings, even though it doesn't flood them out like in the United States with the tornadoes or the same hurricanes. But it will be something we will have to be implemented. At least in construction, mm, meteorological science will be needed, and it's something that only with the AI we can achieve a precise prediction, because all we have is predictions. We don't really know the nature of these natural disasters, so being able to predict them with a precision of almost 100% sure that it will happen that way, it's really something that has to be a priority for the future in terms of AI. Thanks, teacher. See you.